Greetings, ladies and gentle readers. I'm Dwyer, and I just finished reading Into the Darkness, a Litrpg adventure dungeon Devotee Book 1 by J.P. Valentine. Now, what caught my attention about this book is because it is from the same person who wrote To Flail Against Infinity, the Stargazer's War, which right now is probably my favorite ongoing cultivation novel now that Cradle is finished. So I'm like, all right, you did that. You did the cultivation stuff, and I like that was very good, very good, very good. And then they released this Litrpg thing. But what is this book going to be? Because there's a couple of things that immediately make me nervous whenever I see a book like this right off the bat. It is the warning that he is by himself going through, the dungeon to get strong and blah, 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 blah. And I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. Unless you have, context for characters. I don't care how many of, this creature, or that creature, or this boss, or that boss they defeat, if I have no context for, what that means. Oh, yes, you can tell all these people are always talking about how hard the boss is or whatever. Or, oh my god, those people over there, they're scared stiff to go over here and do the thing. I need context to know what these achievements mean when an author just plunges a character into the woods randomly or in a tower or underground or something, and then they just, fight a million monsters in a vacuum. It doesn't mean anything to me. It might as well have not happened if nothing's changing, etc., etc., etc. So I was like, okay, this is probably going to be my bad book. It might be well written, but it's probably going to be my bad book for the week, essentially. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad because he's not making a lot of the mistakes that some of those other authors do. Because at least he has a companion with him. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, a lot of companions, blah, blah, blah. Let me guess. Is it like a machine in his head? Is everyone just copying Cradle? Is that what's going on? No. It's all right, it's probably a dragon or something, right? Or a little small creature of some kind that's just comic relief. No, not that either. This character is apparently, the dungeon is taunting him. Because the main character is going into the dungeon to kill it. Which has its attention, apparently. Yeah, it's got its undivided attention. It says in here, even in the description, right? Yeah, it's sworn to destroy it. Yeah, exactly. Bam. Also immediately says that he can squeeze from his mysterious connection to the aspect of madness which he takes, which is, a little bit taboo, going, literally insane for your source of strength. And the dungeon's okay, we got this mad person here trying to come down and kill me. So he pops in from time to time and talks to him. That's pretty cool. That had my attention. I was like, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of, back and forth. Through the back and forth with the dungeon itself, we're getting context for what's happening. We're being told a whole bunch of backstory between their conversations. And occasionally, another good thing about this book, there's little hubs as he's going down where he finds humanity again. And he can talk to them and get more, word I'm looking for. I literally just said it. Context. There we go. More context with what's going on. So we don't feel like he's just training in a vacuum against things that don't matter, that no one ever, as far as we know, no one ever comes across. Because again, I don't want to name drop any books. But the number of really good books on Amazon with thousands of reviews where a guy just goes off into a forest and fights things that apparently no one's ever fought before or ever fights ever again. And we're supposed to be psyched up over that. Yeah, you did the thing that literally doesn't matter. Way to go, champ. I hate that. I hate that so much. So I like this giving context. And right off that is enough to give me a recommendation to y'all for this book. And I wish I could leave it there. I wish I could leave it there. I wish I could leave it there to be like, yeah, cool, great, there, go, buy, read, 10 out of 10. But he couldn't resist. He couldn't resist. He couldn't resist. He meets a character in the dungeon. Come on, you know what it is. What's the trope? What's the trope? You know what it is. 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 What does he meet? What does he meet? A princess. Of course. Of course. Meets a princess. That's into him. Of course. Like, oh, you got so you were like right there. You were like right there. I was like, okay, I like how they're taking this and he's making it his own and it's pretty cool and I like it. And then there's a damsel in distress who's a princess who like sleeps with the main character, and it's just like, of course all that is happening. Why? After such a good start, did you get tropey, JP Valentine? Why did you do it, brother? That hurts. That hurts. So that part I have to warn you on. Because the book starts pretty cool. I like where it's going. There's some backstory on what it's trying to set up. There's a few snippets on factions that we're gonna meet, I guess, in the subsequent books, which I hope. So they introduce the factions as factions that might be arrayed against him. And I hope that's not just what it is, like a series of like new boss encounters. It's like, okay, now there's this faction and we're gonna go and kill them, and there's that faction and oh, we're gonna go and kill them, and then oh, that one over there, oh, we're gonna go kill you too. Like, I hope there's more depth and lore to this than just that, because I like what's been set up. But after the trope of, you know, the princess that needs rescued in the middle of a bunch of dangerous dungeons, I don't know. My hope is kind of like, oh, are we gonna be good? Is there gonna be a twist? Is there gonna be like, you know, deeper elements into the story, or are we about to go and take a snooze and never read another book ever again? So yeah, I'm not really sure. I will still recommend book 1 for now. Admittedly, as previously mentioned, partially it's because To Flail Against Infinity is lending some serious credibility to the author and that they can, you know, get things done. Partially because it's the opening of the book itself that caught my attention. But I will tentatively give this a recommend as a decent lit RPG with a heavy asterisk that I don't know what's going to be in book 2. And it could go either way. It could just go into cringe Tropeville. He could pull it back and surprise you a little bit. I'm not sure. Going to be really eyeing book 2 and judging it very, very harshly. That's for sure. But for now, if you need something to read, it's not a big book. It's under 400 pages. Not bad. Mid-lit RPG. You can certainly do worse for now than Into the Darkness, a lit RPG adventure by good old J.P. Valentine. So if you're in the mood for a new book, you can certainly do worse than this one. Go ahead and pick it up. I'll be back, as always, with book 2 whenever that comes out, and I'll let you continue to know if this is going good or if it needs to be thrown into the dumpster. As always, happy reading, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.